Big victory for Red Star in the Eternal Derby, 2-0. Both goals scored in the first half. The first one was by Oki, and the second one was by Katai. The 2 point lead now for Partizan kind of leaves the rest of the season up in the air, and there's everything to fight for. Yesterday I said in my preview, this is a must win for Red Star. You can't afford to stay at 5 points, and you can't afford to go -8 behind Partizan in the title race. So, as I said before, there's still matches left in the regular season. As I like to say, the regular season, then there's the playoff where the table gets cut into two and then everyone plays each other. But I want to start off with the lineup like I always do. Mentioned yesterday, don't be surprised if Slavoljub Srnic is in the starting lineup. He was in the starting lineup, and he was in contention for man of the match, in my opinion. Exceptional work rate, which is something that he always gave to Red Star. The rest of the lineup was pretty much what I expected. To start off the game, I should mention Partizan had a very tough match midweek against Sparta Prague that they won, and they advanced to the round of 16 of the Conference League. So they're a little bit worn out. But it was Red Star from the start of the match. Attacking wise, it could have been probably 3 or 4-0 by the end of the first half. Katai had a chance where he tried to lob the goalkeeper that just went over the net, even though I think it was there was a shout for offside. But the Ohi goal, you could kind of place on Popovic, try to catch the ball, and he kind of dropped it, and Ohi pounced on it and scored. One thing I'll say is Oki celebrated in front of the Partizan fans. I'll say that's one thing you don't really do out of respect for the opposition. You don't celebrate in front of their fans, and I'm sure he will learn that as he continues on. You could see in the replay that Katai and Nimanic, I think, were kind of pulling him away. That's just something you don't do out of respect for the opposition's fans, no matter how big the rivalry is between the two clubs. The second goal, a whipped in ball off a throw-in. Srnic squares it to Katai. Katai's shot deflects and goes into the top of the net. At that time, a well-deserved lead for Red Star, 2-0. Like I said, there was a lot of good chances in the first half for Red Star. Katai was really good in the first half. You can say that the goal that Ohi kind of scored, he was in the middle of that as well, and that's what you need from your best players. Ivanic also exceptional in the first half. I think I mentioned in my preview, I criticized him a little bit where he needed to show a little bit more. He hadn't been playing that well up until this match. Second half, Partizan makes 3 substitutions at halftime. They bring in more attacking players. And it was a little bit of a different match in terms of Red Star was forced to defend a lot more in the second half. They dealt with it very well. In terms of Red Star's game, a lot of sloppy passing. Just didn't get past half much, honestly. And Irakovic said after the match, we're just kind of trying to defend the lead at that point. Ricardo Gomez was completely taken out of the match by Dragovic and Irakovic. So, defending was very good in the second half. Borjan, with not much to do in the second half, there's a penalty shot for Partizan. Didn't make too much of it. Ball bounced and hit Irakovic in the hand. He didn't know anything about it, so didn't think it was even close to being a PK. And, Red Star tried to counter or try to catch Partizan on the counter in the second half, and they almost did that a few times. Ivanic towards the end had almost like a one-on-one against the goalkeeper, which he kind of just lost all energy and stamina and couldn't get the ball to the net, and it was saved. But it was more attacking from Partizan in the second half and a lot more defending for Red Star. In the first half, I forgot to mention this, Kanga with a brutal giveaway where Partizan hit us on the counter, and that was their best chance of the match. Minik just kind of shot it on net where Borjan had no issues in stopping it. And I think a well-deserved 3 points for Red Star. Like I said, Srnic played very well. Sonogo, again, exceptional in that midfield. They completely shut down the brains of Partizan's operations. Dialar, who picked up his second yellow, which is obviously a red, in the 85th minute. So Djelar, Natho, Jovic were all kind of shut down this entire match. And I think that was, kind of the recipe to success for Red Star in this match. If we were to win this match, we had to do that. We had to shut down at least two of the three, and we ended up doing that with all three. So hats off to Stankovic, who prepared his team very well for this derby. He knew exactly what it meant in terms of positioning in the table. If you lose this, it's pretty much done. If you draw it, you're still in a tough situation because Partizan is still 5 points ahead of you, and the only good result for the club would have been the 3 points, and now you're 2 points away from Partizan in the standings with a lot of matches to be played. Like I said, man of the match could have gone to a bunch of players. You can make an argument for Kataj, you can make an argument for Srnic, Sonogo, Erakovic, Dragovic, whatever the case may be. I think Sonogo, though, in my opinion, had to do a lot in that midfield to shut down anything that Partizan was doing. Kanga was exceptional in that area as well in the first half. The passing was exceptional for Kanga. Slowed down a little bit more in the second half and was just kind of looking for fouls, which I hate when he does that. He's too talented just to kind of wait for players to foul him. I thought Ohi was quiet for the most part for his first derby, but you score a goal as a center forward, that's your job. So it's tough to criticize him there. And yeah, the substitutions, I guess Pankov came on for Rodic, who got a hit to the head, maybe even a concussion. I think that he filled in very well at his position. And again, Pankov is used to that. He's been thrown pretty much everywhere, center back, right back, left back, whatever the case may be. So he did exceptionally well. And title race is on for the rest of the season.